Hold up. We'll go to studio mode. They sucked ass, gang. I'm not gonna lie. It was pretty casually terrible. And I accidentally spoiled Umineko for myself a little bit. But I'll wait for more people to come into my chat, maybe, and we'll go from there based off that. So it's neither here nor there. I gotta turn this down a little bit. It's a little too loud. We are the most very chill stream sensory. But I do want to do some witch hunting tonight. But I did spoil it for myself a little bit. I'll just say it now for odd watchers, but I found out about the existence of another Ushiramiya because I went on a different Wikipedia article. So I went to this, I clicked the 07th wiki, I clicked over here, oh wait. This was like out, and it was this character, Lion Ushiramiya. This is spoiled for me now. Because it was more popped up, so I clicked on it. I didn't click on it, I like looked at it for a second, but it was out. It was like fully out. How do I like, the fandom wiki mechanics had like, okay, this is what it was. Yeah, this shit ruined, literally, Umineko is now ruined. Oh, hi. Leon? Okay. Yeah, so Umineko is now casually ruined, Eric. It's not? Okay. I just had to... I have nowhere to do with it. I have nothing to do with that existence. This is how I feel. I feel like... Oh, okay. Yep, that's fine by me. Oh, okay. Jesus, I was terrified. Thank you. I saw it, Eric. I was fucking tweaking hard. It was bad. Okay, so I'm working on some timeline shit, but what's really been bugging me the most is, hold up, Battler's Original Sin, and then 1986 minus 19 gets us 1967, which is the big year for Umineko. Because in 1967, we have the Rosa Beatrice event. Not the Rosa Beatrice event, but the Rosa and Beatrice event. And we also have the, what am I trying to say here? Why am I blanking? It's the Natsui baby event. Now, I think it's really interesting, and I was just looking through this. Let me see if I can find my tab. No, I closed it. Oh, wait, no, here it is. Nope, wrong one. I wanted to look at... I think it was this. I'm still, like, totally perplexed about the whole nature of the Fukuin house. And what's, I guess, been on my mind in particular is what's up with this suffix on? Does it, like, mean anything in Japanese in particular? Okay. Also, like, the where I'm at and I'm very convinced of letting go of this theory, or at least if not letting go, doing what I forget who said this, but imagining a theory as being both true and not true. I think I need to like kind of lay off the Jessica as Beatrice theory a bit. Okay. Mind you, where I'm at right now with the story, Eric, I'm not so convinced that the baby that Natsu was given was actually from the Fukuin house. I'm starting not to believe that. Kinzo probably... That's the only reason why Kinzo would ever do charity. He just wants the write-off. Hold up, where they mention it here? So yeah, it's never explicitly stated that the baby comes from the Fukuin house. In fact, the gender of the baby, which is probably is the worst part, is never explicitly stated. So I'm starting to wonder whether or not the baby came from the Fukuin house at all. Hi, Maria. And instead, I want to tie the existence of the baby that Natsui adopted, who is very likely Battler, actually, to the event of 19 years ago with the Rosa and Beatrice event. I think it was likely that that second Beatrice, and whether or not she literally was the second Beatrice, whether or not Rosa wasn't lying, it's tricky, because all we have to do to go off of the red truth of that is here. It's back here in the banquet of the Golden Witch. Where is it? So it's those two actually had a conversation like that in this place. I think I just gotta accept the existence of Kuadorian. I gotta stop with this idea that Kuadorian is like the same thing as the mansion. Or no, I don't actually. I'm still doubling down on that. Because I forgot about where I was in terms of like the wordplay as like the mansion itself is hidden because it's hidden beneath the trees, so it's technically hidden. The word hidden is tricky. Also, the other thing that's really been bothering me has been the idea of the cat box and how it could like play into Shannon and canon. Best episode you could solve is 2. Okay. There's definitely some things about episode 2, especially early episode 2, oops, episode 6, that I haven't really quite resolved yet. So here we have the whole thing, this date with George and Shannon, whatever. Gross. George's fit is actually okay for once. Oh god, the corpse counting too. That was another thing. Oh, that ties in with the whole canon thing, by the way. I'm really, like, the whole idea that canon was dead and we just have to take their word for it, that in episode, I believe, 4. When we're just given the genes on genes on genes, okay. But at least his color's looking okay. You're right, that is a denim jacket. That is so fucked up. Meanwhile, she's like dressed like a chocolate bar. I don't even know what to say. Wonka maxing. Shannon's just Wonka maxing. She wants a little whimsy. Ew, gross. And plus, the biggest issue is trying to find a way to make this work in a way that makes real life sense. I mean, they never... I don't even think Battler ever sees Cannon's corpse in episode 2, and the same thing happens again in episode 4. And that really freaking bugs me. Along with that theme of Cannon's self-sacrifice, and the whole deal with the gray versus the blue, and like... Oh my gosh. Okay, help me zero in. My autistic ass is just gonna like hyper focus on Umineko, and it's gonna be insane. Oh, I love this. This is one of my favorite songs in Umineko. Hope. Like, one of the things I was considering today while I was on break at work, because I think about Umineko all fucking day, even though I haven't really been streaming because I've been busy with New Year's shit. I've been thinking a lot about Umineko. And the one thing I was considering was Battler's original sin, was he told the circumstances of his birth, and did he not believe it? That seems possible to me, at least. But yay, look how blue the water is. Wait, what was my question? Oh, whether or not that was Battler's original sin, right? Am I right? Repeat it in Red Truth. Okay, you will only answer an explicit question. I wish there was Red Truth in my chat. Repeat it in red. Wait, I think I had a question. Let me look through my old Twitter. I think I had something on my Twitter that I had wondered. Did I... Oh, okay. Okay. Repeat it for me in red, Eric. At the start of Umineko, on October 4th, 1986... This is goofy. Just hold out for me. Nobody's pregnant. Is there anybody that's pregnant? You don't need to repeat that in red. That's covered in Ava Beatrice's web of red truth. Okay. Let me see where that is. What is the line there? This isn't it. The cause of Nanjo's death was diagnosed. Rosa and Maria were killed by other people. Okay. Life forms. No, it was after this. No life forms other than humans have any connection to this game. Let me find out where the actual line is then. This is just like the Let's Crush Umineko. I love this one. This one's so good. I think the red web is here. Nope. It's here. Zero. This was like the scariest line for this was like so Jessica as Beatrice pilled for me, this line. I am both accepting the fact that Jessica is Beatrice at this point and denying the fact that Jessica is Beatrice. I am catboxing my logic for that. Isn't Shannon's or Cannon's? She knows all the birthdays. Okay, that's good for her. I'm like the most distracted human being too. Okay, thank you for the red truth. What I wonder here is almost if what if Battler's real birthday is the 11/29? And what if the purpose of this Kraus could be pregnant? He could be Gregnant even. He could be Embaraza. I wonder if this is my theory for 1129 is it's either Battler's birthday or Battler's real birthday, Beatrice's birthday, or both. And they have the same birthday. I think numerology is so bad for Umineko. Numerology is so bad for Umineko. I've been thinking about all these different like numbers, like 12, 2, 3. I haven't even talked about rock, paper, scissors yet. Rock, paper, scissors is like a reoccurring theme in Umineko. I had to think about this the other day. But it starts way back in episode 1. I hope I can show this. Way at the end of episode 1 in the Witch's Tea Party. Oh, it's not here. Is it the regular tea party? It's when It's when Lambda Delta calls herself Super Paper. I'm Super Paper. I think it's episode 2. Oh, you're right. Some can't be searched with Control F because they're pictures. That's a fair point. That's very annoying. That's very bothersome. Also, whoops. What? Okay. So I think she is introduced in episode 2. She is Super Paper. Yeah, rock, paper, scissors. You know, Beatrice may be a cruel and powerful witch, but she's no match for me. Why? Because she's soft. Though she'll shut up the board in a way that'll let her win with just a few more moves, she'll intentionally avoid cornering you. She'll do things like take worthless pieces and place excess pieces on the board to make things more one-sided. Simply put, she's got the bad habit of playing around as soon as she thinks she's won. Almost all the various attacks that hurt you and Burn look like utter waste and overkill to me. In other words, she's got a weakness, and you've got a chance, see? She's an opponent to be afraid of, right? She sometimes mistakes her means for her ends, and she has too much dark fun. Sometimes that she even ends up creating and exposing her own weak points. For a super powerful witch like me, it's hard to understand why she's able to act so tough. Why she lowers her own chances of winning. But, well, because of that, a witch like Burn, who likes to thoroughly read her opponent, has a really bad affinity with her. Because reading her doesn't work. Maybe it's really easy for Burn to read and handle a straightforward and honest type like me, annoyingly enough. Well, still, a super firepower type like me can't beat up a light, wide-range barrage like Beatrice. So it's kind of like rock, paper, scissors. If I'm paper, Beato's a rock, which means Burn is scissors. Well, maybe that doesn't matter, even though my paper loses to Burn scissors. That was a sheet of super paper, which is way more awesome than normal paper. I could even beat scissors, right? So rock, paper, scissors comes up here. It's somehow tied in with the idea of rib theory a little bit. But more importantly, the number 3, like, I feel like it's a great way of deciding things. 3 appears a lot in Umineko. 3 Umineko. Let's just list some. We've got 3 witches. 3 choices on the successor quiz. We've got 3 couples. Thank you. We've got 3 generations of Ushira Miyas. We got 3 Beatrices. We've got 3, well, supposedly 3 Beatrices. That's been the working theory for a long time. And then we have this idea with genre that I'm not over with. And the fact that we're, like, toying with genres here, and that's the 3 genres. That's going to be our romance, our fantasy, and our mystery. We also have the other big number for Umineko is 2, which is duality, which is, I think, is a major theme of Umineko. I've talked about it so much, you guys are probably just losing your shit about it, because it's probably like the biggest hint to solving Umineko. 2 is more important than 3. There's also the whole idea of making 1 from 0. But let's go back to episode 2. You must have figured out how much I eat when I had lunch on the island. Is your stomach not feeling good today? It's not only that you managed to work for the Yoshirimiya family while eating so little. A woman's stomach is made of magic. I used to be so freaking innocent. I was so innocent. I was like, nobody's suspicious on Rokenjima. And like, there's no witch. There's nobody suspicious. There's just a 19th person here. I used to be so innocent. I used to be so wholly, entirely innocent. I suspected nobody could do anything wrong except Rosa. Somehow Rosa, I don't even think is the character I hate the most at the end of this. Somehow she's not the one I hate the most. After coming to Okinawa, it would be a waste if we didn't eat some bitter melon. I think I'll even have some fried bitter melon. Shannon, blah blah blah. It's only after trying to become a couple that you realize this whole arguing back and forth thing means the world to us. That's why no matter how much everyone else stared at us with blank eyes, we wouldn't have noticed it. Indeed, at this age, I finally understand the feeling of couples who want to endlessly flirt without any regard to their surroundings. Gross. No matter how blue it is, the sea I see during work might as well be gray. But today I'm not working, so I mean. Apparently Shannon was doing her best to say an embarrassing line, but I grayed harshly. What a shame. If only you'd say, when watching the sea with you, it would look deep blue. This is really douchey from Shannon, or from George. This is kind of douchey for him to say. Oh, I don't like the line you said. It wasn't romantic enough, Shannon. What the fuck? Yep, we knew that you were bullied, George. This is really fucked up. I don't like this line. He's 7 years older than her or some shit, supposedly. I can play with her emotions however I want. I can have them all to myself. Right now, I can't think of any higher pleasure. Okay, George. Let's go to the beach, hang out. Other words, blah, blah, blah. Other words, you're telling me not to eat cake, right? I don't think this is that important. This part does not feel important. Eating cake. Blah, blah, blah. I'm more interested in seeing... Okay. We can only meet during the annual family conference. Then our relationship happened. Every time we met, Also, this is a whole nother one. I haven't even written... I need to write this down. I just realized this. This is like a... There's like this weird theme in Umineko that happens. Shannon and Cannon had to duel because one of their loves had to be deemed invalid while the other could be deemed as valid. Well, my first thought to that is that to begin with, that one of their loves was fake and that it was made up. That was like my Jessica Beatrice theory, is that that's the reason why their love had to be tested, is so it could be verified that no, Jessica and Cannon's love is fake. But the more I wonder about that, it really doesn't... It fucks with me that why does Battler have to participate in that? Making one from zero. There's also this weird theme of having 4 things in Umineko, and then a different thing amongst that 4. I have 2 examples. I have 3 examples of this. Horribly, I have 3 examples of this. It's the first generation of Ushiromiyas. You got the first 3. You got like Kraus, you got Ava and Rudolph, and then you got Rosa, who's a little younger. And the same thing happens in the second generation, where you have George, Jessica, Battler, and then a lot younger than what I think Rosa was, you have Maria. A quartet with an odd one out, precisely. The third example for that is going to be the bunnies. Back in episode 3, right? You had all of Maria's bunnies. There were 4 of them. One of them is broken and thrown against the wall by Rosa. There's this theme of having a group of 3 and a one that stands out. Group of 3, one that stands out. Group of 3, one that stands out. Can I look at my tips from here? Oh wait, profiles, perfect. Can I get a more succinct view of this? I don't like this. Never mind, I'm not gonna look at that. I just want the picture of all of them. Because I think Beatrice is that odd one out. Herself. Maybe that's to a degree. Now, the problem with this is the only reason here is that Angie kind of breaks it here. Angie breaks it here. Who breaks it here? Beatrice too? I mean, this is like where it becomes an issue too. And back to like the whole thing with the love battle, I don't know. It's just, that's the tricky part for me. Maybe because I'm the most like romantically challenged man. this track is so good. I won't break the magic by not believing in it. Battler broke the magic, man. I'm telling you, that's the only thing that makes sense. Battler broke the magic. That has to be Battler's original sin, at least to some degree, in the most vaguest sense possible. Battler broke the magic. What the fuck did I just do? I just know. Okay, that's really cool and innovative. What a deep blue sea. I don't know, it's looking pretty gray to me, Shannon. The witch whispers. She tempts me to take a bite out of the fruit of knowledge. She torments me, saying that as long as I stay in the paradise of God, I'll remain furniture. So I tried to choose to know love and become a person. It's... I just wish Shannon or Canon just wasn't a real person, and that would make everything so much easier. But unfortunately, it's just not true. They're real people. They're not, because Battler and Erica observe both of them, or at least Battler observes Canon and Shannon. That's what's really tripping me up. Interrogate that? To me, it feels like it has something to do with, if we go back to my theory, remember how I was talking about my idea that Shannon and Canon were the Rebus? The divine hermaphrodite? But it almost feels like it has something, and I hate to talk about pregnancy all the time. It's almost like how you don't know what gender a baby is until it's born. And the only way that you could verify that is by checking. I don't know. Canon is the one that bothers me the most. Canon. He's the one that's, like, I really think I need to understand to really put this together. Because Canon, like, the way he sees himself, I mean, he really doesn't believe in himself. He doesn't believe in himself, for God's sake. He sees himself as furniture. He doesn't think he deserves love. He doesn't think he deserves a shot at love. He sees the sea as blue, or as gray, rather. And to him, getting Battler out of that room at the end of episode 6 was him repaying a debt. It was something to that. It was something like that stated. Now, to me, the debt is either held to Beatrice or Jessica, or both if Jessica is Beatrice. But as I said, I'm trying to be agnostic on that theory. Is there like some child game? Is there some childhood game that is analogous to what's going on with this three-way battle between love? That's what's bothering me too. And I'm starting to see a lot of these witch scenes, or scenes as I describe as being in the world of magic, quote unquote, or the world of demons, I think it's sometimes referred to of. It's like, I'm starting to wonder if those are not scenes that are happening in a higher plane of existence, but are instead somehow scenes that are happening in the real time, or the real timeline, that are somehow being told allegorically through magic. And that's definitely been something that's set up with the murders. Yeah, I agree. With the murders, 100%. I don't think it really plays into the whole mystery a lot, but I think it's important for the analysis. Ugh, I have no water. This is fucked up. And I need to take my meds. Gotta hit the magnesium. We gotta hit the vitamin D. We gotta hit the antidepressant. We gotta hit the Prozac. Gotta stay real. Very cool. World End Dominator. Oh, this was so fucking cool. This was one of the scenes of all time. I had mad respect for Rosa after this, even though she continued to drop the ball intensely. It was a great scene. Just the way the music swelled like this. Ugh, such a good time. Mirror. I'll break it, and seize a life from beyond the mirror. If I don't break it, my life will forever be a pair of facing mirrors. Nothing will ever change in the slightest. Mirrors. Mirrors. What's the importance of mirrors? This line feels really important too. Ah, my god. Reflections. Yep, show you yourself. Break the mirror. To obtain something, you must be ready to lose something. Do they say the phrase Hall of Mirrors? No. Oh, that's Infinity. Infinity, right? Two mirrors facing each other. It's endless. And then it looks like a hall of mirrors. But mirrors also, like, distort. Or can be distorted. It's almost hard to believe this is coming from Shannon. This is just sounds so unlike her. This is so just flowery and biblical. I readied myself, timidly approached the small shrine, and took the mirror that was offered in that place. You'll give me a mirror from a red from the manga? Okay. Episode 2 was written by Beatrice. Okay. That's kind of what I was wondering, Eric, is whether or not this is really Beatrice's voice, or this is definitely coming from Beatrice's perspective and a little insight into Beatrice's philosophy of what it means to want love and how far she'd be willing to devote herself to get it. As we've seen, pretty fucking far. Because love is the sole element. I'll break it. I'll break it and seize a life from beyond the mirror. If I don't break it... What if the mirrors in... Crack theory. What if the mirrors in Rokenjima and all the bathrooms are like false mirror backs? And that people can like do things from the other side of the mirror. That's so shitty. I don't even care. That's such a dumb fucking theory. And that's the... What's up with the breaking mirror noise? Or the breaking glass noise? Interrogation room theory. My issue is that I have a brain that can, like, spitball for all fucking time. But when it comes to making a conclusion, I struggle. I probably... Wait. I wonder if this is too greedy for me to ask for red truth. I, at some point, have guessed the identity of Beatrice correctly. Is that too greedy a red truth? I wish Sid fucking Salander was here, because Sid could help me. Sid was like here from the beginning of my Let's Play. I don't know if you've seen any of the beginning shit, Eric, but Sid said I made some like crazy ass predictions in the very early part of me playing Umineko, and that there was just a lot of shit I was on about that I didn't know. That I had like subconsciously like brain sucked up. I'd love to know, like, at the very end of my Umineko fucking experience, what was the craziest shit I was fucking right about, because it would be absolutely wild. To obtain something must be ready to lose something. The cowards who don't risk loss and never try to change anything will never receive the key that opens the path to a new future. The key is already in my hands. The key to break it. To break it. The key is to break this. To break it. No, there's nothing but this. Come, have courage. Is there any effort I can make as furniture imprisoned on Rokenjima? Receive new sufferings and become a human. Try to break it. This is a spell. This is literally a spell in Umineko. Come on, break it. Break the eternally unchangeable fate that imprisons me into pieces. This is literally a spell. All spells in Umineko are phrased like this. I raise the mirror high and think back on the preceding days of conflict and finishing my reflection in the blink of an eye. My reflections in the blink of an eye. I throw it. The thunder roared, crying out against me for my outrageous act. It was truly the wrath of the angels, preparing to banish me from eternal paradise. I looked down at the mirror tumbling at my feet, broken in 2 equal parts. Broken in 2 equal parts. Fuck me. I want to look at Shannon and Canon as a broken mirror. But what does that mean effectively? I scream while looking up at the enraged sky. And obviously, whenever you look at a mirror that's broken, you can see yourself in multiple reflections, and multiple of the reflections. Like, multiplied. A thunder roars once more. I'm already banished from paradise. That's why I have to struggle by myself in order to live. The witch said it. That's the sole element of the world. I wonder when... I almost want to speculate this phrase, the witch said it, isn't referring to Beatrice, but it's actually referring to Kumasawa, aka Virgilia, aka possibly Beatrice 1. Furniture, does it have multiple meanings? Yeah. Small accessories, that was the other one I was thinking of. Oh, in the story, okay. Well, furniture are servants. But it's also like... It's like some Beauty and the Beast shit. Beatrice is the mirror! Whoa! Angie does have furniture, that is true. Like, she has servants. This was an important... I'm glad I reread this. Especially this back part. This felt very good for a reread. Alright. Coincidentally, let's look at the chapter of part 30. Furniture. Really makes you think. My mind wandered. Oh my fucking god. This shit is... Oh my goodness. Okay, this is... My mind wandered. Back to the days when I could barely imagine the happiness I have today. I was a middle schooler at the time. A normal girl who imagined about love. As is normal at that age. But I really should not have seen that dream, because I am furniture. Furniture is nothing more than a tool, and is not human. To a person less than my... To a person less than my... Such a... Reading is hard. To a person less than human such as myself, just receiving my education was more than enough to make me happy. So even thinking about love was more than I deserved. I mean, was Beatrice like another servant? I mean, she's stated to be like I'm the Ushiramiya family alchemist, and it's... On this day, Ava's family had visited the head family on Rokunjima. The 3 people from Krause's family and the 3 from Ava's family had gathered in the parlor and were having a friendly chat as they reported the news. Genji had supposedly told Kinzo's dead, of Ava's arrival. But he hadn't come down yet. He was probably immersed in his own research and couldn't spare the time. This often happens. The others waited patiently for the fickle father to come down. It does sound promising. Study a lot at your father's and do the best, blah, blah, blah. I'm George, and I'm an idiot. I'm Ushiramiya Hideyoshi. And I've changed my name. And I'm actually Beatrice. Education. My, doesn't it seem as though, in addition to study, Jessica should also learn to speak a little more ladylike? That is shameful for a daughter who bears the Ushiramiya family crest. I hate you. I fucking hate you, Kraus. Kraus, you're the biggest liar. I don't like you. And I hope they freaking shoot you in a cannon into the moon. Oh my goodness. She's already a lady who fusses over how to put on makeup. You really are particular about your eyebrows. You look really cute today. A person. Come on, Natsuine-san. You must take notice of small changes in your own child. I hate this quote. I hate this quote. Poor Jessica-chan. She must have wanted her mother to notice first, surely? No problem. No problem. That person never notices anything. That's so weird. Why would she refer to her mother as that person? Yeah, Ava is being a terrorist to my theory, and so is this guy pending Hold up. I gotta ban this guy, but my computer monitor just turned off for a second because it's the connection shit, because it's my fault. And it's so, like, jank, and I need to get a new cable for it. And I think it's supposed to turn back on. Oh my god. I hate Stream Boo. I don't endorse it. We hate it. Kids are a burden. Just say so. I'll get out of the way. It's getting stuffy in here. Jessica! Jessica was still at the age where she was a novice at studying for tests. Recently, she had clashed often with her mother, who was enthusiastic about her education. God, I hate Ava. Ava is such an asshole. She's such a self-serving, pompous asshole. I can't stand her. She thinks she's like some femme, like girl boss, like kick-ass. But really, she's just Kraus. If Kraus was just slightly smarter. She's just smart Kraus. Exact same freaking arrogance. That's interesting. Yeah. God, Ava, I really want more Kairi. She's one of my favorite characters. She's so good. And then they're being mean to Shannon. And I almost want to be... I used to like Shannon. Now I kind of hate Shannon because Shannon's lying to me. And Shannon knows way more than she lets on. Whatever. George is being a dumbass. Clearly because... I think it's really interesting, Eric, that love is never confirmed with the Red Truth. I keep saying it over and over again. I wish they'd say in Red that blah 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 loved blah blah blah, so I could figure this shit out easier. Love is never stated with the Red Truth, and I think that's very, very freaking on purpose. I wonder if I should make this hot cocoa. What is this part? Is it... Like, love is something that can't be confirmed with... I think regardless of what you say about Umineko, asking a girl out is just really fucking hard. I almost think I know where that conversation is. It's right before Rudolph tells Battler that he wants to talk about his parentage. I think it's the night of the storm. No, it's not here. It might be a little further down. Maybe it might be before, actually, but I'll double check real quick. Yep, it's gonna be before. I think it's Legend of the Gold, actually. Yep. Let's read this again. I think I can just read from the top. Wait, this is the right one, right? This is correct. Oh yeah, it is. A strange letter that the witch had entrusted Maria with had wiped all memories of dinner from our minds. Maria was repeatedly barraged with questions by Aunt Rosa and the other parents and became increasingly ill-tempered when they refused to believe her. If I tried to raise my voice in this kind of situation, I would just be ignored. Our parents were all stirred up, firing back and forth about the distribution of the assets and completely forgetting that we children were even there. Even though I've already figured that they were talking like this in the shadows, I hadn't thought that they would be so blunt. It gave all of us kids a considerable shock. From what we could overhear, all the parents wanted more money as soon as possible. Back and forth about grandfather's inheritance. Back and forth about the distribution of the gold if it was found. About advance payments in cash. It was so despicable. I couldn't bear to watch, even though one of them was my father. It looks like Jessica felt the same way. Since no one particularly needed us, we left our seats and went to hang out somewhere apart from our parents. I see. Now I really understand why grandfather didn't want to show his face during meals. I am so disillusioned with our parents right now. The money, the inheritance, how could they act like that right out in the open? Well, I'm already completely disillusioned with that old bastard. There's no way I could think any worse of him. That's exactly the same as me. However, this freaking shocked me to the bottom of my heart. Jessica looked down at the floor, irritated. She was always talking about how bad her parents were, but maybe she hadn't really felt that way deep inside. I could realize that from the depths of Jessica's shock. You are all minors, and were brought up by your parents, so you might not understand. Getting money is neither a simple nor a pretty thing. Since you are minors now, I will try to force you to understand, but still, I want you to realize that your parents are just doing their best in their own way. It's okay for me to date a minor, but they definitely won't be able to figure out something like money. I'm George. Zero women my age who like me. 0 times he does anything useful for anybody ever. 7-year age gap between him and Shannon. It is that simple. George Nathan has become a full-fledged member of society and is working hard. Does that mean once you start talking about money and assets, you turn into a shameless, greedy vulture? If you're talking about me, no, I wouldn't do that. However, when your family and your employees, your subordinates and their families are all counting on you, there are some times when you must fight. I hate that kind of fight. That back and forth about grandfather's inheritance. It just makes me want to puke. Jessica pretended to spit violently. That harsh reaction made the very depths of her pain very clear. Let's stop talking about this. All of this about grandfathers hitting gold and property and inheritance is our parents' problem, not ours. I agree. At the very least, I think that being considerate and staying out of the parents' way when they're talking is the duty of their children. I hate you, George. Sounds pretty boring. Goodness. This girl, she was always talking badly about her parents, but it looked like she hadn't changed at all on the inside since long ago. Even now, she was still a pure-hearted and delicate person who couldn't doubt others. I'm sure she respected her parents as much as anyone else did. And her parents started raging about going, money, money, inheritance, inheritance, my money, right in front of all the other parents and the children. It was no surprise. Okay, whatever. This can be skipped a little bit. Don't hate your folks. 6 years ago, I would have further taunted the dejected Jessica. I guess I really have grown over 6 years. I realized that it would be better to leave Jessica as she was right now. Fuck you 6 years ago, Andy. Jessica suddenly looked away sulkily and left the parlor. She probably wanted to be left alone for now. I could do nothing but... So she leaves the parlor? What is she doing when she leaves the parlor? Probably around the portrait, hiding in a corner. Maria truly looked up to witches. However, the adults had doubted its authenticity, and without swallowing Maria's story of bombarded her with questions. I couldn't speak to Maria or Jessica. In the end, George, Aniki, and I just abandoned ourselves to the sound of the falling rain in the dark night. I wonder what's happening with that typhoon. George, blah blah blah. Shut up. I hate you, George. The wind hasn't picked up that much here, but I wonder if it's horrible over the sea. I did hear from the weather report there was a severe storm warning. Ah, Kairi-san, how's the adult conversation been piling up? It looked like she caught the sarcasm. Kairi-san shrugged. That stomachache of a discussion could continue all night. It will get nasty. Well then, please enjoy playing vultures to grandfather's property as much as you'd like. It's disgusting. I'll agree with you on that. If I could just slip away like you, I would do it. Unfortunately, I can't. Even if I'm not allowed to speak. My partner needs me, right? Kairi-san took a deep breath, smiling bitterly. That's right. They probably wouldn't let Kairi-san, who had married into the family, speak. Still, as Dad's partner, she had no choice but to stay by his side and support him. She must have had to bear the full brunt of this mental pressure, much more than I did. I wasn't going to apologize, but realizing I spoke too harshly, I cut the sarcasm. Look at this. Okay. Hold up, my fucking monitor just shut off the second I think Kinzo whipped out a gun and shot me. Oh my god, I just fucked up my thing. Hold up, I just fucked my shit up. Yeah, streamer! Woo! I just wish Kinzo would just... Oh wait, that's Doom shotgun shooting Kinzo? He deserves it, never mind. Oh, I think this is the important part here. Hold up. So how does it look? Are they still stuck on the topic of the mysterious witch, Beatrice? Oh, that's awesome. I love that. I am huffing Battler Copium intensely. Oh, this streamer's on their shit if they have the guns pointing at Erica. There's every track is a good track. Endless 9. Banger. Let's put Grandpa to rest. Those 4 siblings are always piling up secret agreements when they come together to discuss the distribution of Grandfather's inheritance after his death. They're saying that some unknown 5th person has appeared and is trying to make things even more complicated, and there's no way that'll make for a peaceful conversation. Just when you think they're snarling at each other, they'll set up a common front. Natsui Nesan's not the only one getting headaches. On the other hand, they all want a larger portion than the siblings, so they are all rivals. But on the other hand, they don't want 1 yen to be snatched up by anyone other than the siblings, so they are all allies. I haven't been told the details, but they argue on and on about their ceasefire agreement and rules to prevent anyone from getting ahead, under which their portions are protected, and which can, in the worst case scenario, even become grounds for legal action. That they would go this far to preserve their shares was more than shocking. So basically, Beatrice is like an assassin sent by grandfather. He probably wanted to scare the hell out of his children for just talking about the distribution of the inheritance. Who is Beatrice, I wonder? If she is who she says she is, then she's like a mystery that no one knew about until today. And she also knew about the existence of grandfather's hidden gold. Furthermore, she was even entrusted with the head's ring. She must have truly been trusted by him. So now that we know that Kinzo's been dead for at least 2 years, we know that Kinzo likely never threw his ring out the window. Instead, he entrusted the ring to Beatrice. It seems most likely to me. From the beginning. It was never, like, thrown out of a window. Wait, thrown out a window? What's up with Kinzo throwing the ring out the window and Battler jumping out of the window? What does that serve? What does that mean thematically? Swag. Obviously, I don't think she's a witch riding around on a broom, but she was surely a mysterious person who rated being called a witch. If only Maria-chan would go into more detail. Even though she's just a little girl, everyone has been chewing her up over this. Oh, chewing her up. If only they knew. They really scared her. And some things that they might have asked now can't be asked. I wonder if those people have ever read The North Wind and the Sun. Kyrie Beatrice. Was it for certain that Maria received a letter from a person who took the name Beatrice, entrusting Maria with a letter and hiding away even now, when she could have just appeared and talked to us directly? She sure is shy for a mystery person. Haha. Hey Battler, do you think someone called Beatrice actually exists? Who knows? Doesn't it seem like a false name? Like she's grandfather's representative, so she was permitted to take the name of the witch from his delusions. No, that's not what I meant. Right now, there are a total of 18 people in Rokonjima. Do you think that there is a 19th person? Are there really 18 people in this island? I love how much more relevant the idea of an 18th versus a 19th person has become at this point in the story. It's like evolved into its own splinter issue. And I love how once this wasn't so much of a big deal to me, and I wasn't really... And I kind of had to put this for wraps once I learned that Kinzo was dead, and I was like, oh, there's 17, whatever. No, I'm back on the fact I'm wondering what's going on with 18 or 19. Even so, I've just read that paragraph. It's like that whole thing with the integers and like the furniture and like the half people. I feel like I have... It's so frustrating because I feel like I have all these different fucking toys. I feel like I have all the Legos. And I don't have the fucking, like, directions for I have everything I need to put this together. And yet, I am just, like building new Lego toys out of, like, all these different freaking points. And it's not, like, the designed shit. Also, I'm not sure what exactly made you say, it is, isn't it? I'm pretty sure it was, I'm just me talking about how freaking frustrated I am by Umineko and how much this game just destroys my mind. And how much I love it. God damn. This game's so fucking good. Wait a second. Repeat it in red. There are no weird conjoined twins in Umineko that would somehow qualify as being half a person. There's nobody that has, like, a secret, like, Magor the monster. What's this guy name from? Magor, not Magor. It's Game of Thrones. Blackfire. Blackfire. Nine Penny Kings. War of the Nine Penny Kings. Meles the monstrous. It's not like this type of situation. Nobody has like a weird half baby like strapped to them, do they? Oh, thank Christ. Twins does seem... There's twins here somewhere. But I'm not sure where it comes in. And I really don't want Battler and Beatrice to be twins, because then I can't ship them. And that hurts my little heart. If this Beatrice person in front says hi, then everything is resolved. However, it's impossible to prove that there is no 19th person. Yes, Battler-kun, your way of reasoning isn't bad. In the current situation, there's not enough information to either accept that a 19th person exists, or then... Why can only Shannon or Cannon win? Why can only Shannon or Cannon win? Why can only Shannon or Cannon win? I mean, I said it before, right? It's because one love has to be fake. To some degree, but by what method? Oh, this is a great track. Dream and Discharger. That's a great one. I think this is like the actual Kinzo Dies music. There's not enough information either, except there is no false love. Okay. Thank you for that red truth. I'm getting my own truths. My own custom red truths. Because I am, deep down inside, I'm just Battler trying to figure this shit out. Why do they hide themselves? Why are they hiding? Because it's not about the inheritance, it's about Battler. It's about Battler. It's not about the inheritance, it's about Battler. So what is this? There's some scheme. They want us to believe in Beatrice. Someone is scheming because they want Battler to believe in the existence of Beatrice. I mean, I can't believe I'm even saying it at this point. It's been blatantly obvious. I just can't struggle. I struggle to keep all these fucking facts in my head. Where's my shit? If this person wanted to hide, then they wouldn't have made their presence. So they don't want to hide, but they also don't want to be seen. Yeah, I do remember that. Are Canon and Shannon somehow the same person? Is there some way, some world where they can be the same person or two halves of the same person? That doesn't feel believable to me. And it's like one identity is beating the other, in a sense. Like one half of the identity is winning. It's like two people sharing one mind. Yeah, I thought I would be coming back to that eventually, because my biggest issue, I think my biggest issue right now is probably maybe the Shannon Canon shit. So I'm gonna get out, let's see here, that's episode 6, The Duel of the Lovers. And is there a conversation with Chick Beatrice? It's here, right? It's this. It's both, it's all here, right? Okay. So I'll keep one open now and before the duel. Where's the duel again? Duel of the Lovers, Demon Wedding Ceremony. This isn't it. I don't think this is it. No, I think it's gonna be logic error, maybe. No, that's not it. A small contradiction? No. Oh, it's the dual. Who is the detective in episode 6? That's my... Who is the detective in episode 6? No detective. Okay. Okay. Shannon and Cannon had already finished walking 19 steps, their backs still facing each other. And the demons giving the trial gave the signal they would both turn and settle this. Each had one of the dueling pistols given by the demons in their hands. The bullets promised certain death no matter where on the body they hit. This duel would not end until one of them died. George and Jessica just quietly watched the ones they loved. They had already entrusted all their thoughts to them, and their fates. Just watching over their partners was now the only way they could show their trust. I mean, what color are their fucking eyes? I mean, the eye color matches. Whoops, I'm zoomed in way all the fucking way. Beato was the only one who still had no determination or resolution with regard to this duel. The closer that moment came, the less she understood. The love between George and Shannon wasn't standing in the way of the love between Jessica and Cannon, or vice versa. Why, when both sides could find happiness, were they forced to kill each other? Why, when both sides could find happiness, were they forced to kill each other? I don't understand. I can't understand. Little sister, we are not permitted to do anything but watch. Zephar-san, Furfur-san, why this duel? This is no trial of love. You really are demons. You just want to enjoy watching one of the pairs fall apart, don't you? You'll get in the way of the lovers. You're the ones getting in the way. One will fall. By the way, I feel like the worst freaking line, and I really hate Maria for all eternity, because she really hits you way at the beginning of this with fall, fall. This is like me getting sidetracked, but just let me have like 30 seconds talking about this. I know for a fact this has something to do with the constant theme of falling in Umineko. Like with the maid and the baby, or with Beatrice, there's like this theme of falling in Umineko. Or like that time when where Angie's like floating in the air, or when back in episode, I believe 3, when Rosa's in the like air and is dropped to her death. Like there's that constant theme of falling in Umineko. Anyways, back to the love duel. So, if they hadn't dueled, both loves would have fallen apart. Both loves would have failed without the duel. You say their love can't be successful without a miracle of magic. What does love need other than a pair who love each other? This duel is meaningless. So stop it, you two. Shannon and Cannon both. Why must you fight each other to the death when you were once as close as true siblings? I just can't understand. Everyone should have been able to hear Beato's yell, however, no one's expression changed. That's right. I'm impressed that you noticed. This is love's truth. What is? Kuina. This is a very fitting song right now, by the way. This is kind of putting me in the right space for this. There are not two people. We must use a duel to make that number 2. So, a world can only be born. Love can only be fulfilled when two people gather. Furniture is subhuman. So I feel like I have to like math this almost. So George plus Shannon. Fucking parentheses. Is less than 2. Cannon plus Jessica is less than 2. Or less than 2. Yep, we know math. I hate these two. These two are assholes. Furniture does not possess a full soul. This is some Catbox shit. It almost feels Catbox shit. It's like some like, is it furniture or is it human? Catbox it and find out. Open the box. See what's inside. The complete soul. So the duel needs to happen to make a complete soul because the soul is shared. Shannon and Cannon are sharing a soul to a degree. Shannon and Cannon are sharing a soul. What is it? They're two halves of a mirror, broken. They need to duel so they can bring the mirror together or disregard one of the parts. So you can fully see one reflection as the true, valid reflection of yourself. Closer. I'm trying. Alright, so that's the first part. This is like the third time I've reread this, by the by. I'm still trying. I won't give up. So they walk their steps. This is a duel to make true love succeed. This marks the birth of a human who can truly love another. connection needs to be made between Canon being less than a person and thusly being able to free Battler because of that status in a way. Like, that's how it happens. Like, Canon's existence here, it's like denied almost. This guy is the most confusing man in world's most confusing young man. Canon, can you just be emotionally honest with me and tell me whether or not you're like a homunculus, like whether or not you're a separate identity of Shannon's that you've compartmentalized because Shannon also loves Jessica or some shit? I don't know. And you know what makes me freaking tweak even harder is that look at these pics. Notice there's one permutation here. There's a very specific permutation here that isn't in this pic. It's fucking George and Canon. Oh my god, I'm... Yeah, who would want to spend time with George anyways? I want to believe that Canon threw this on purpose. He just seems... This is like so more like Jessica Beatrice shit, but his enthusiasm is just not there. He is emo. Okay, well that's me. I'm bad at reading people's emotions. No love is false. I bet you said that. The love is real. There is no false love. There's only a false person. He's just like... Old, prudent Canon-kun. Why is she calling him old? Whatever. I think I'm reading too far into that one. So Canon is the one that we see the most using witch power in the game board. I mean, not Jessica, Shannon does it too, certainly. But she uses it differently from him. She uses it defensively, he uses it offensively. The way he uses it is more like the 7 stakes of purgatory. No, that's why he fights them. I don't really think we ever see Shannon, like, use a blade. We just see her using the shield. Okay. Holy shit! Shannon cursed? I would never have guessed it in a million years. I have not read this in like weeks, so I don't really remember a lot of this too well. The guns dance a rondo in the sky. I love that writing. Cannon is actually just like a toy. I don't know. Cannon is a worm on the string, and that's how he was able to sneak underneath the door to unlock Battler. He went worm mode and just started slithering. What happened is that Cannon walked up to Jessica and he was like, "Would you really love me if I was a worm?" And she was like, "What?" And then because she can't talk to Cannon at all, she can't have a coherent conversation with Cannon. And then he's like, and then he became a worm. This is what actually happened in the love duel. All that happened is that Cannon asked Jessica if he would love him if he was a worm, and she said no because she doesn't like worms. Fuck this. And I guarantee you that definitely Cannon knew he was gonna lose. At least by this point, Cannon knew he was gonna lose. It's very clear. And then we see Cannon die. But then Jessica's also simultaneously back. How could Shannon and Cannon duel if they're in separate rooms? That bothers me too. Unless Cannon was never the one in that room to begin with. Oh, shit, there's a red truth about this. Hold up. There's literally a red truth about this. They definitely would not mistake any different person for Cannon. And there's one more. The only one who can claim Cannon's name is the person himself. Can Battler claim Cannon's name? No. Okay. Because I was thinking the way that could work is that's how Battler could get out of the room. Well, I mean, I know how Battler can get out of the room. It's because because Wait, it's not here, is it? I'm not gonna find it right now. Fuck Umineko! They knew I was gonna think this shit. They knew I was gonna think this shit. This track is so freaking fitting. There's a lot of, like, that's like Hotline Miami-ass music in this game. I will be back in the Umineko mines tomorrow, by the way. I just want to, like, figure this shit out. And I'm willing to just sit here and reread for, like, hours. But I think I want to make some hot cocoa real quick. So give me a couple minutes. I'm going to keep the music playing. And we're going to, like, just chill for a second. We're back into the Umineko content mines. I have a bunch of I have like 2 hot cocoa bombs from Christmas that I need to get rid of. Is the person himself. This is probably my favorite, is Patchwork Chimera. Oh wait, I still have my shit on. This one's so good. It's almost like, and I had to think about this while my hot coffee was cooking. Yeah, that's a really good analysis. We love multimedia analysis. It's almost like a rhythm game where it's like that back and forth call and response. Kind of like that. I could definitely hear this song in Friday Night Funkin'. Yeah, I'm so correct there. Can somebody love... Can somebody love 2 people? I can't believe I'm even asking that. They literally say it up here. I'm almost certain they say it up here. Ooh. It's unallowable. Is a man who has a wife allowed to love someone else? Yes. Under certain circumstances. Is a woman who has a husband allowed to love some... Yes, of course, under certain circumstances. Are you allowed to fall in love with your parents? Not that type of love. Are you allowed to fall in love with your children? Not that type of love. There are many situations where there's different types of love. Fuck. Fall. I'm like the most baked Kiwanon Umineko streamer. I am just like in the Umineko. I'm so in the fucking content mines. It's insane. For example, do you think a man with a wife has the right to love another woman? Of course not. If he loved 2 women, neither would get a full person's worth of love. But why are they entitled to a full person's love? Nobody's entitled to love. Battler is narrating. Rudolph slander. Rudolph slander. Kyrie versus Asumu. We know he's not Asumu's son. Did Asumu have a daughter? I've already put, like, God. Why is Rudolph the only, like, fecund person in this family? I've already had that idea. But I've said it before, is I really... God, we do know... It was Angie. Angie's the one that committed the crime. She was 6 years old. She did it. I don't care how. She's also a Beatrice, so... Case solved. This is just, like, has to be one of the trickiest freaking pieces of media I've ever dealt with in my whole fucking life. Hmm. So what is the I guess... My question right now is... Hold up, I need to reread this. Two furniture fight, one leaves a full human. Two furniture fight, one is left a full human. They're adding back into each other. Somehow. And 2 people gather. Human and furniture cannot have up to 2 people. Well, I gotta hurry up and get out of this fast because I don't want to spoil episode 7, 8 music. Is there a woman who has a husband who loves someone else? Maybe not even like... Did anybody have an affair with with Kinzo's wife? Is Kinzo's wife important to the story? Fuck! Okay. And that he didn't love her. He very clearly didn't love her. What kind of woman... Ugh, I feel so bad for a woman who had to have sex with Kinzo at least 4 times. That's terrible. I wouldn't wish that upon my worst enemy. There better not be any freaking incest shit in this fucking game. Oh god, what was that frown? Please don't tell me there's incest shit in this game. Because I know Beatrice says some weird shit. Oh, having sex with Kinzo. Okay. Chista systems. What the fuck? I fucking hate Kinzo. He is just the worst human being conceivable. He's the true fucking villain of this game. None of this shit would have actually happened. It's not Battler's fault, it's fucking Kinzo's fault. Clones. Canon is actually Shannon's clone. Fuck that. We're changing the genre. And that's why Canon's not a full person. And that's why Shannon's not a full person, because they're actually clones of somebody. Sci-fi theory. I mean, back in the day, I used to think the gold was, like, radioactive and making people crazy. But I mean, I've also been streaming this for 5 months, so I kind of just have had the time to come up with that type of shit. That's how I thought the fucking murders in episode 2 could have happened the first Twilight. Like, they were in the room with the 3 bars of gold. Wrong game. What's the right game, then? Fucking Dead Money, Fallout New Vegas. You just gotta let go. Higurashi? What? That's fucking hilarious. What am I hung up over? Right now, what's really been bugging me is still the nature of Shannon and canon. And this whole idea of this love duel and why it's necessary for them to become people. Or full people, rather. I just keep playing it around over and over again. I keep spinning the I am literally spinning the chessboard so fast. It's just like flying. It's like a helicopter. It's spinning in the air. My brain works too fucking fast. I hate it. It's not efficient. I do not have an efficient brain. Yeah, this is really spinning my chessboard. There are not two people. We must use a duel to make that number 2. There's 2 pairs here. The world formed by each pair. What does that mean, the world formed? That's such a weird phrase to me. Only one world can exist. There can't be 2 worlds. It's almost like it's deciding the world between witches and humans some way. It's almost happening here in a way. And it's being decided on. Like maybe how Battler and Beatrice like fought and how that decided on whether or not witches are real, whether magic or whether human shit was real. It's like replaying here. It's this motif. Is it replaying here? Is canon more fiction than fact? It says this is still episode 6, but I'm gonna go over to the relaxing OST mix. I don't even recognize this one. Oh, I love this one. Yeah, you can fix my equations. Is it gonna be like canon plus Shannon is less than 1? Or not that that's less than 1, but canon is less than 1. Shannon, or less than 1. Shannon is less than 1. Shannon plus canon is greater than 1. Okay, yeah, that's fair. That streamlines it a little bit. can't believe I'm using fucking equations. I hate math. I'm mathematically illiterate. I'm a history boy. I would love to graph just like the level of like insane Umineko theories I've had over time based off like per episode and which episode has the worst theories because of that. Very mathematical. Shannon minus Cannon equals 1. Is that true? Is this true? Is this mathematically true? Shannon minus Cannon equals 1. So by the property of math, Shannon must equal Cannon plus 1. What do you mean, yes? We can substitute that into other equations? What about other red truths? Can I substitute that into red truths? Okay. I'm gonna copy paste that. Actually, I'm not, because it's gonna make the text weird. George plus and then it's Cannon plus 1 plus Jessica plus Cannon is less than 4. What's my next mathematical step here? What am I trying to isolate for? 2 cannons? We could say George and Jessica equals 1. That is correct. So 1 plus Cannon plus 1. So Cannon plus 2. Let's just make it Cannon plus 2. Fuck it. Plus No. That doesn't work? Okay. I'm getting a little too fast and loose with it for trying to solve for canon. Two. Oh god, I don't know what a fucking polynomial is. This isn't my shit. My brain is like so fucked for this. Oh shit, this is like shit I forgot how to do. Do I have to foil them? Is that it? Do I have to foil them? What the fuck? Why the fuck is Eric, why is the Umineko can I solve the whole canon thing turn into let's do math? Fuck. This is my weak. I can't do this. I can't do math. I'm like the most mathematically illiterate human being. I wish I could even begin to state the levels of my mathematical illiteracy. Despite this, I love economics, and I find economics to be fascinating. Fucking canon math. Fuck you, canon math arc. And canon equals 0. I fucking did it. I don't either. That's the thing. I don't even understand what I'm hung up on. I can't figure out whether or not canon's real or not. Canon's not real, right? He's not canon with a C. Is this what we're playing at? Canon's not real, right? I'm fucking grasping straws. I don't really know what I don't understand at this point. I'm so... My brain is just like so fundamentally like fucking... Canon exists. Beatrice exists. What does it mean to exist? Canon can exist. Santa Claus can fucking exist. Canon's fucking Santa Claus. I don't fucking know. How do I even put this in words? This game is just so fucking much. There's something that Shannon and Canon share. Reflections. I mean, are they siblings? Are they actually siblings? Are they twins? I mean... Are Shannon and Canon twins? No, because that can't work, because Shannon's like 16 and Cannon's 15. I think that's the truth, at least. It's like they were the same... Not twins in the way I'm thinking. It goes back to that cat box thing. Is it? I feel like it goes back to the cat box. The duality. It's like Shannon and Cannon can both exist until one is observed in a way. What does it mean to be observed in like the most literal sense? By Battler, yeah. Does Battler ever see Shannon and Cannon at the same time, like in the same room together? This is such a goofy question. Lord forbid me. Okay. Thank you. But while he's not the detective. Fuck. That's crazy. But I'm gonna guess Erica never sees Shannon and Cannon in the same room together, does she? Who dies in episode? Yeah, fuck. Shannon and Cannon are like the same person. But like, Cannon still has like a degree of quasi-personhood. Like, Cannon and Shannon are like different people. Is Shannon fucking Beatrice? Is Shannon Beatrice? Have I just been looking too far into this? Because, I mean, Shannon wins and Beatrice wins and... Beatrice and Cannon disappear. That's right. Beatrice's victory is different. I guess it's more Battler's victory. Because that's a different interpretation of Beatrice. We see Chick Beatrice disappear. Yeah, it's outside the game board. Are Shannon and Cannon somehow like? No, that doesn't work. That doesn't work. This is a new song. Shannon and Cannon are actually Battler and Beatrice's children. Rokenjima ambience. Oh, fuck yeah. Oh, this one's good. This is like the song that's like, remember when Umineko was just a game about a guy going to visit his family? This game has just ruined my brain. People are right. This game does change the way you think. Crazy fucking witch. I think this has been a very good witch hunting night. I think I've made some good progress. But remember when Dante's Inferno didn't factor into things? Good times. Yeah, I wish I had read Dante's Inferno. Because then I feel like I feel like I might be able to piece this together if I had just read Dante's Inferno. That's just... Shannon equals Cannon plus 1. Does this have something to do with the wolf-sheep puzzle, by the way? Does this in some way... Okay, thank you. I'm not over this. This is really bugging me. Right now, this is bugging me. This is really bugging me. They both exist until one is observed by Battler. Cannon is like a reflection of Shannon. A reflection. Reflections. It's funny, because if you look into a pool of water, whether it's blue or gray, you're gonna see a reflection. Shit. I'm cooking? I'm putting so many fucking ellipses on that. I'm just like maxing out the ellipses. Oh, in an analysis way? Cool analysis. Oh, and that goes in like with the whole idea of accepting yourself. Okay. I'm definitely more of a canon than a Shannon. I agreed to come into work 2 hours early tomorrow. I love capitalism. Okay. Fuck. I'm gonna reread this part now. I really do think I'm kind of like, I just need to replay all of Umineko, and then I will get it. So long, Canon-kun. And thank you. So Canon just dies, apparently. So Canon is supposedly dead. Mind you, if we go into the... I had to double check this just to make sure I'm not smoking hot crack with this. But let me open Umineko real quick and make sure I have this right. Because Canon, I don't think, has any death information for episode 6. If you click episode 6 and execute Canon, nothing happens. It just says, he performs his duties silently and diligently, but is not so highly regarded as a servant due to his unsociable nature. Canon is like the fucking man behind the slaughter, I swear to God. Okay. What does Canon losing mean? What does that mean for Canon? Does that mean he's not a... That means he's not a person. That means he's furniture. It means he's furniture, right? It doesn't mean he's... Does it mean... He dies. Okay. I feel like I'm just spinning around in fucking circles, man. Those who remain shall tear the two. Those who remain shall tear apart the two who are close. Close to each other? Close to who? Fuck, I'm not. This is a whole other beast. I need to just not look at the prophecy. Please take care. Yeah, I'm going soon. See ya. I'll be back tomorrow with more of this. I'd probably go for till 3 then. Or to 3 hours and call it. Or maybe I'll switch to EU5. Oh, that's not gonna work though, because I don't have the recording set up right. And it's gonna fuck with my VOD. Okay, and I don't really feel like doing all the techno gizmo shit. I guess my big question's gonna be then, Witchhunting! Whoops, that is, I don't like that. There's probably like some bad shit on there. Okay, that's fine, nobody cares. I'm probably just gonna spend a lot of this week witch hunting until I figure, because I just want to figure this out now. I almost don't even want to start episode 7 until I figure this out, because I feel like I'm gonna be robbed of like a better experience.